I drew these characters already, and then I plugged them into AI because I wanted to refine it. So I do a lot of drawing with my program Sketchbook Pro here. This is just a really quick mock-up. It's not anything like finished, but it's a mock-up. And so what I do with the mock-ups is I'll take this, make that, and then I'll drop it into one of my programs. I'm working on Gemini, and then I also work with Kling AI, and I'm learning a couple of other ones as well. And so one of the things that I deal with is when I'm doing my prompts is keeping my characters' nuances. One thing about my family is that we're very unique. We are all various colors, and so I wanted to keep true to the scope of the authenticity of how I draw my characters. And also, just little nuances. Like my mom is lighter than me. I take after my dad a little bit more with complexion, but I look like my mother. My mom also has a mole on her nose. So all the mock-ups I was doing with my mom, they kept taking the mole off and bordering her still as a black woman, but pulling out the racial ambiguous. This latest one I did, I put my little mock-up in here because I wanted to get some keyframes. And I said, mother and two daughters, 12 and 9, are on a family trip in Cancun, and they're talking to a tour guide about a water swim excursion under a cave called Xcaret. He's selling up the experience and letting them know it's safe and fun for families and kids, and the excursion's about 3 feet of water through the whole track. The women are amused and excited, need a few keyframes to animate, keep the animation, just clean up line art. It gives me this. So not only did they take the characters completely out of their African American look and made them more racially ambiguous. I would even say this is now bordering into maybe a Latino character of some type. And then the little girls, they just totally said, trick it. We're not going to even keep what you drew. We're just going to do this. And so that's a nuance that I deal with when I'm doing AI anything, and that's in any program. So what I have to do when I do my prompts is I have to literally put in there black mother just to keep the nuance of what I'm doing, because it'll come up with what it thinks you want based on its. And Gemini is like that, but I like the program because it's giving me some really good turnaround poses and some other stuff. So I'm going to put black mother, I'm going to put the same photo, and I'm going to see what this one generates. If this doesn't give me the keyframes I want, I'm going to switch to Kling AI and do that one. Getting the prompts is what we need. That's really the big issue here for what we're working on. And what I like is that I still have the ability to go in and make my drawings a little bit more blocking a lot better to help it versus just talking to it. I like the phrase AI assisted versus AI generated, where I'm just having them generate one image based on what I wrote versus I'm giving them an idea of what I want. One thing I like about my animations is I like to keep the nuances of who I am. So yeah, I'll be back for more. So here's what it gave me. It gave me a black mother on the other side of the spectrum with some really beautiful braids. I can definitely use these characters in something else I do. One thing I noticed also is it added another girl. So it gave 3 girls instead of 2. And that's how AI is. You just got to keep talking to it and figuring it out. So just wanted to show that part. All right, have a good one.